Is it all right? Okay. Well, that's basically what we are. So, in one of these articles it talks about management, and we talk a lot about the management style of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you know, and the leadership style of the Prophet, peace be upon him. But just to revisit some of our current and future programs, re-Africanization of the Islamic movement in North America. What does that mean? Past indigenous Islamic movements inside the USA were militant, independent, strongly on the Sunnah, and liberation orientated. Our movements and organizations today must revive these characteristics. We must be visionary, guided by the ideals and principles laid out in the following ayat: who is better in speech than one who calls men to allow works righteousness and says, I am of those who bow in Islam. Nor can goodness and evil be equal. Repel evil with that which is better, then will be between whom and thee was hatred become, as it were, thy friend and enemy. And no one will be granted such goodness except those who exercise patience, self-restraint, none but persons of the greatest good fortune. We must be missionary, willing to do the work necessary to achieve the vision. In fulfilling the above, we must operate on a high level of self-discipline and courage. If you take those two words, mission and vision, and you may add missionary and then visionary. The difference is the visionary sees the picture. Now, this is all in the same people or group, or it could be separate people, but working in the same. The ones that are visionary can dream about it, can visualize it, can see it. And then the missionary is the one that does the work of the vision. This is where we've always, most movements, organizations run into that dichotomy type thing. Some can see a picture of a beautiful world, but they don't have no sense of discipline, organization, stickability. And remember, all other people that reached serious goals, they was long-range, hard-fought goals. Our goals in America hopefully won't take into millions of deaths, but we want to avoid as much carnage as possible. The type of carnage that the human being is capable of and has the ability to enact today is unbelievable. And he will do it. If not handled properly, this bum will do all of that. He'll take you back to the dark ages, except push button. He don't have no limits. He use all kind of stuff. Some stuff we haven't even visualized yet. So we have a big mission. Not only, as I said, that Allah sent, we sent you one of your own homeboys. You talk the same dialogue, you know what I mean, dialect, you can understand it. Okay. But there's other people that we got to reach. We are not commissioned, call it that, to reach just one segment of society anymore. That was our earlier mission. Well, it wasn't exactly a mission because we're always in the global movement. But it's clear now that it's not just a Negro approach. You can't just save the Negro here. You can't just rescue the Negro. Everybody's involved. And then to change, to equalize, to change their bad behavior, this old cracker, this old system He's a pretty mean fella. He's not nice. He'll give you little goofy medicines all the time, all kind of stuff you don't even want to talk. This is a pretty mean fella. He's not nice. We're gonna have to be nice. He's commissioned to do what he do. You already see what he gonna do. He does what they do, that type of person. To change those people or to change ourselves to the point that we can be warm and friendly and human to non-human behaving people. It's a big deal. That's what it says. That's what it says. Okay, that's what it says, so that's the way it is. I mean, you know. If we don't want to do Islam, we can get us a Bible. We can find somewhere that anything that would rectify, justify how we want to do it. You know, we can be staunch, loving Christians and burn crosses on people. I mean, I don't know what it has to do with Jesus. Can you imagine? What are you trying to say? Jesus died on the cross, so they say.
And you burning it.
And they burn the cross. Jesus is the kindest hearted person you ever seen almost in their world. And he hung him up on the cross, and put a crown of thorns, there's your king of the Jews. And the staunch Christians, burn crosses on other Christians' lawns. They don't think that they're crazy. Have you ever heard one of them say, we are literally insane. We don't make no sense.
They're superior, or they say they're superior.
Yeah, they're superior. Yeah. Jesus don't say nothing like that.
Nope.
Hey man, so we got a big job. You know, this is not and not to get on the news, but they just fired a big old tall fella there a couple hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's pitiful.
Who was that?
The FBI guy.
Comey?
Comey.
They fired him.
Now, look, that's why it ain't no sense. I don't want to change the subject, but we don't have no business trying to follow intellectually what they're doing. I just said, well, like the brother say, he probably won't be there for a whole term. Well, it looks like it. I don't know whether they're going to Watergate him, Swiftboard him, assassinate him.
Oh, he taking stuff out.
Yeah, I don't know I'm not going to follow it, but if there's anybody responsible for him being in there, it's the FBI man that launched the investigation 3 or 4 days before on Miss Hillary.
Right.
Oh, Miss Hillary, don't give her a chance. She can't say nothing. It's too late, right? That is actually dirty for them, right?
You see, he can't be mad at Comey for what he did when he said that she ought to go to jail. That's what he said, the president.
Yeah.
And if he got elected, she gonna go to jail. Did you tell her I get on him? that makes sense.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody, look, if you watch this, we can get back on my subject, but it is interesting. I mean, it's like funny. I was like a fool. I said, you gotta go to bed. You don't have to. And it is, must have been 1:30 or something. I'm just gonna see what they gonna do. And then you turn to CNN, you watch the same lie. You said, I thought you had some sense. Why are you watching the same lie over and over again? Why are you watching them stupid people talk? Why are you doing this? Well, you lie to yourself. Well, it's entertaining and that people might ask about it. That's just stupidity. Sitting there all night watching them people. And they don't, then the homeboy came out today, I hadn't seen him, what's the press secretary?
Yeah, Sean Spicer. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, look at here. He's an Academy Award winning fool. But anyway, look what we got ruling the world. we got ruling. Yes.
This is the first time in my lifetime that I've seen the U.S. government, and it didn't make no sense, man. I mean, whatever they do, it just don't make no sense, man.
And everybody tell him, alhamdulillah, the guy in Korea today, he's the new president. Remember we was talking about the sunshine policy? That's him, he's sunshine man.
South Korea.
Yeah, South Korea. Hey man, if I could get over there, I'd say, hey man, can I help get y'all together? North Korea, South Korea, China. And believe it or not, if you study enough, you think you got just a plan for them. You can sell it to them. No, really. And then the old white lady, the old dictator white lady in France.
Theresa May.
No. That's the one
Le
in England.
Pen.
Oh, Le Pen, yeah.
Le Pen. Well, she lost. You know, they thought they was on a roll. We gonna make everybody mean and hateful. So the last few elections, it ain't working. With all of that killing and stuff going on, hey man, and America, we want you to do this. And the Koreans say, hey man, they was in the street last Sunday so much. What are you talking about? Get these missiles out of here. We gonna pay for them? You must be crazy. You know, it's hilarious. They can't do nothing. This is better than but we gotta have some power, because see, they crazy, but see, they'll do anything stupid and harmful, they'll do it. I was talking to one guy today, foreign brother, knowledgeable brother, who was saying, look, everything they do, they did it themselves. Oh, we don't want any like France, we don't want any more of the Africans, we don't want any more the people from Syria, and no. So look, you had Gaddafi there in Libya. He had everything under control. And he ain't no better than none of them. In fact, he's better than most. And y'all bomb him, kill him, get rid of him. And then now, and you start fitting in Syria, so the Syrians go to Libya and ain't nobody to stop them. So they get on these rafts and rubber boats by the hundreds of thousands and come across the water. To you. You caused they never say, you ever hear them say, you know, we effed up, we did this, if we just left everything alone, these people wouldn't be here. All of these people come from places we started the problem with. They don't say that.
You know what Malcolm said? The
It's
chickens
cases
have come
of-
home.
What was that?
The chickens have come home to roost.
It's a case of chickens coming home to roost. Okay. De-Israelization of Islamic movement in North America. I'm going to try not to be too long-winded tonight. De-Israelization of Islamic movement in North America. Our behavior should benefit Islam and Muslims first. We must stop reacting to others' expectations and demands. We must avoid integration and assimilation into the war-mongering criminal system of the United States government. We must stand up against tyranny and injustice. Or you believe, stand out firmly for justice as witnesses to Allah, even as against yourselves or your parents or your kin, or whether it be against rich or poor. For Allah can best protect both. Follow not the lust of your hearts, lest you swerve. And if you distort justice or decline to do justice, truly Allah is well acquainted with all that you do. Then in footnotes, stop apologizing for being Muslim. In our current circumstances, this apologetic attitude has no place. Battle space awareness. Battle space awareness is an awareness and understanding of the battle space, or theater of operations. In today's wars, we are battling for the minds and hearts of humanity. We must rise to the occasion of our time and act at an heroic level. We must harness all the tools we have at our disposal: media, books, internet, movies, CDs, DVDs, to raise the banner of Islam. The Islamic Institute has chosen psychological guerrilla warfare as its strategy for combating global Zionist American hegemony. Psychological guerrilla warfare gives a small organization with limited resources and outstanding discipline, courage, and deep-rooted faith to make the best of their situation. We believe in the eventual rise of Islam and the steady decline of Zul, Shirk, and Kufr. We must take care to unify and coordinate all of the forces of good in our area of operation. Islamic dialectical idealism. Anybody who studied communism, dialectical materialism, well, look, this is how things change. That's the idea. We say no. It's not dialectical materialism that will control the thing. Islamic dialectical idealism. Islamic dialectical idealism views change as natural, constant, historical, and evolutionary. Real revolutions emerge from and should be guided by idealism, imagination, and possibility believing. We must strive for a high level of self-determination by which the events that affect us are directed by our idealism, not vice versa. In other words, instead of the world affecting us, we should affect the world. Because remember in one of the old articles, leadership, the role of leadership in the Islamic movement, we talked about the dialogue of, well, does great historical situations produce great events in history, or do great people produce the events? So if you would look at what we just talked about, the Great Patriotic War in Russia, basically would be the events that produced, the great effort. Okay. If you look at Martin Luther King, it may be more leaning toward the great personality, the Montgomery boycott and all that, producing or affecting the environment. So, and we face both. We find ourselves in a great historical situation. Great historical situation. As of now, we have evolved to the level in the last decades, the ability to effect the flow of Islamic movement to a degree. So now, this rising to the occasion means that we play both roles. We live in a great historical situation. It's great beyond our comprehension. It is real. We're seeing it every day. But now, what part we play in it, we have a choice. We actually have a choice what part we're going to play in it. So history has shaped it, but we have had some small part in influencing, especially in America, a little bit. If we weren't influenced a little bit, everybody wouldn't know who we are and try to avoid us if we weren't affecting something a little bit.
And also, everybody would regurgitate everything we say.
Of course. But remember what we always talk about, see, the thing of not having to have the notoriety, the fame, or the money, whatever goes with it, it's the job that gets done. And it's been decades that we have known that we can influence the direction of what we do and what we say. That we can force the people who are against us to do the job. When we come out, we talk about movies, DVDs, CDs. When we come out making our own movies, you watch and see what Islam they can do. You think they was 20th century Fox and a while, 21st century Muslims. Oh yeah. All we gotta do is a few. And we'll leave the rest to them. They're gonna have to do it. It's just like the work we're doing now. We have some ideas on recruitment and we're gonna have the people, because as soon as we go out and start seriously recruiting, if we get 2 people, they're gonna send 20. Strategic management under conditions of repression, this time, it will be a higher level than last time. We knew the same stuff last time, right? But here we are. Instead of our head chopped off and sitting in the poorhouse, we got more property than any other Negroes in the United States. Can you imagine that? It don't seem like it. It seems like here we're sitting.
Right.
But we are, especially take the D.C. area. All those people, all those Negroes, all those Jumas, all that. With all that help, see, part of this thing is, look at all the help they got, and they don't do nothing. And look at all of what we have done with nobody helping us. And everybody, might as well say everybody, working in coordination against us. That makes them look pitiful. Talking about the hateful eight, it's the pitiful 28. The people look pitiful. All of those stooges. And they'll rise to a high level, like in Oakland, when we talking, all those people did what they did. Those things will come out in detail. Why did you do this? Like right now, they might have thought we slipped away. No. Allah is al seen to call them account on the day of judgment. But we're going to flush them out. Because they have to be educational tools. That's our job, is to teach people that these things are possible. So that's why we've been recording and we've been archiving and all that so much, because that's our job. That's clearly been our job for a long time. Okay, so strategic management, this go around, if we have 10% good people, that's more than enough. That's more than enough. Because they're going to get right on and behind, and they're going to crank out movies and everything else. They're going to have Muslim communities, and then we'll just harass them. We'll help influence and change their dialogue. Yes.
When you were talking about the people against us have all the resources.
Right.
Yeah, but see, the problem is they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do.
They got all the resources, but they don't know what to do. They do the same thing the enemy does.
Stop us, but to do what? What are you doing? You see, that's why everything will come our way. And the other thing about this attitude that we have is, if we don't have this type of attitude, there's possibility that they'll fight to the death system. But they know you're gonna just, oh, no problem. Then they said, this is a better way to go. You save lives. You save slaughter. The other thing about slaughter and murder and killing, one thing about oppressing a little bit, but when you start disappearing hundreds and thousands of people and stuff like that, you develop a lot of bitterness. We always talk about it. The European is not going to be prepared to overlook certain things. So we have to help everybody. That's why a little simple stuff, global strategy of Islam. We have yeah. Now, this bothers a lot of people because this is global strategy of Islam back a ways. Okay, but see, what they are realizing is that our community has the ability to clean up the rear guard action, live in the now, but work toward that future goal. This is difficult for most people. They're usually in one mode or another. But we have to be multifaceted. So, we have to clean up. Clean up means educate the people on that you don't have to take that. If we can do it, that's what's this is a seller itself. If we can do all of this stuff, chemical warfare, psychological warfare, stealing, they got the courts on their side, they have the police on their side, they got the tax people on their side, they do everything else 5 times or 10 times over that they do on the COINTEL program. And somebody have to pinch us to let us know that they just did something. And they just did a big thing on it. What is that all? It's just fine. We're going colored all the way on their behind. Yes, we are. We're already going colored on them. Because you know what? That's what Allah gave us. Colorism. Heck yeah. Okay, suppose we were strategic. Suppose we were these strategic, Euro-minded, hey man. Or those movements. The movements that we've had in our world, some of them are almost like mafias. If you make a mistake, you gotta go. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. We ain't gonna do nothing like that. You know. So anyway, we'll try to speed up. So idealism or imagination, over history. Everybody talk about where they came from and that controls, or this was the which is true. But we're gonna just say no, it's not where we came from. It's important. Inshallah is where we're going. College of Islamic Movement Studies, we know that program that will study everybody. Department of Strategic and Islamic Studies. This department will focus on analysis of world events and situations affecting Muslims, forecasting based on historical trends and current environmental circumstances, strategic planning based on what should be done to make a better world. You can see there's a big difference. Department of Strategic and Islamic Studies will focus on analysis of events, world events affecting the world today and its Muslims. Forecasting. If you can forecast accurately over and over again, guess what? You have to know what you're talking about. Because you can't call that boy gonna strike out. So one guy strikes out. But he's gonna walk, he's gonna strike out, he's gonna hit a home run, and you do it 80, 90% of the time, even more. You have to know what you're talking about. Okay. On allies, one guy asked me today, Sudanese brother, Imam Musa, I didn't know some of the people you mentioned. I'm really sorry that they were like that. You know, the people, I said, oh, it's okay. And then the other people, I said, it's okay. I said, look, what we did, let's say with our people who were students, we had their back. That's what they were in our society. They're doing a just struggle. And a lot of comments I tell them, boy, y'all didn't know what y'all was doing, but that's all right. That's why we stuck. I said, y'all was carrying a picture of Imam Khomeini up and down the street, talking about death to America in 1980, 85. I said, y'all didn't know what. I said, so that was our job. We was right in there with you, Bar America too. But we know what we was dealing with. So it was our job to catch your back, because you couldn't. And I tell them, I said, find one Negro from those days that's with you. Now, go find one. Because none of them, and I told them this decade, I said, every last one of them was who we expected they were. We knew who they were. We knew their behavior. How do you know? I said, one reason they sit there and talk to you. Well, trick these Iranians out of monies. We have to get money. Some would use the term resources. And since I was a Negro, they just knew that I'm for it. And I'm looking at them like, yeah, okay. Yeah. I would tell the brothers, yeah, they ain't looking too good. That's a good brother, just immature. I said, look, man, them people not immature, they know what the hell they doing. No, maybe we just, I said, okay, we fine. But I'm telling you who they are, because they wouldn't want to get involved in inter-colored activity, because one thing they know is we don't know who's who and what's what amongst them, right? So, we did our job anyway. And I tell them every now and then, I say, at the end of the day, if all of them work against us, it don't make us no difference. I said, you keep your friends. I said, that means we don't have any here, because all of them was against you. And that was the selling ticket. You with us, even the FBI, you know what they would say? Well, you know, we